Werewolves, creatures of myth and legend. They are half human, half wolf. These creatures have captivated our imaginations for centuries. Their stories send shivers down our spines. What is it about werewolves that fascinates us so much? Perhaps it is their duality. They embody both our animalistic and human sides. This struggle between man and beast is a timeless theme. It resonates deeply within us. Werewolves represent the untamed wilderness within. They are a reminder of the power of nature. They are a force to be reckoned with. Join me as we journey into the world of werewolves. We will explore their history, their mythology, and their place in our world today. The werewolf myth is ancient. Its origins can be traced back to the dawn of civilization. One of the earliest written accounts comes from ancient Greece.
The epic poem, the Epic of Gilgamesh, tells the story of a king who is cursed to become a werewolf. Norse mythology also features werewolves. The Viking berserkers were said to be fierce warriors. They would dress in wolf skins and fight with animalistic fury. These warriors were both feared and respected.
Throughout history, there have been countless tales of werewolves. These stories often served as cautionary tales. They warned of the dangers of giving in to our primal instincts. They reminded us of the thin line between humanity and savagery. Werewolves have always been popular subjects in pop culture. From classic literature to modern cinema, these creatures continue to fascinate us.
One of the most famous werewolf films is The Wolfman from 1941. This movie helped to solidify many of the werewolf tropes we know today, such as the full moon transformation. Modern werewolf films often explore the psychological aspects of being a werewolf. Movies like An American Werewolf in London from 1981 and Ginger Snaps from 2000 blend horror with humor and social commentary.
Television shows like Teen Wolf from 2011 to 2017 and Being Human from 2008 to 2013 have also brought werewolves to a new generation. These shows often portray werewolves as complex characters. They're not just monsters, but individuals struggling with their own identities. Could there be a scientific explanation for the werewolf myth? This question has intrigued both scientists and historians for centuries. While the idea of a human transforming into a wolf is fantastical, there are some real-world conditions that may have contributed to the legend. These conditions blur the lines between myth and reality.
Lycanthropy is a psychiatric condition. It is a rare but fascinating disorder. People with this condition believe they are transforming into an animal, often a wolf. This delusion can be incredibly vivid and convincing. Rabies is a viral disease that affects the nervous system. It has been known to cause dramatic behavioral changes. It can cause aggression, hallucinations, and even paralysis. These symptoms can be terrifying and easily misunderstood. In the past, people may have mistaken the symptoms of rabies for lycanthropy. The fear and confusion surrounding rabies outbreaks could have fueled werewolf legends. Hypertrichosis is a rare genetic disorder. It is sometimes referred to as werewolf syndrome. It causes excessive hair growth all over the body. This condition can dramatically alter a person's appearance. People with this condition may have been perceived as being wolf-like in appearance. This could have contributed to the myth of humans transforming into wolves.
While these conditions offer possible explanations, they do not diminish the enduring power of the werewolf myth. The allure of the werewolf continues to captivate our imaginations. The myth continues to resonate with us because it speaks to something primal within the human psyche. It taps into our deepest fears and desires, making it a timeless and compelling story. Section 5. Werewolves in Modern Times, Celebrations and Cultural Significance.
Even today, the werewolf myth continues to thrive, captivating the imaginations of people across the globe. In some cultures, werewolves are celebrated with great enthusiasm and reverence. They are seen as powerful spirits or guardians, embodying qualities that are both feared and respected.
For example, in Native American cultures, the werewolf is often associated with strength, protection, and deep spiritual significance.
In other cultures, the werewolf is still feared, representing the unknown and the untamed aspects of nature. It is seen as a symbol of the dangers of the wild, a reminder of the primal forces that lie beyond human control. However, Even in these cases, the werewolf holds a certain fascination, drawing people into its mysterious lore. It represents a primal force that we both fear and respect, a duality that continues to intrigue us.
Today there are even communities of people who identify as Therians, individuals who feel a deep connection to animals, often wolves. These individuals feel a strong connection to animals, often wolves, and may express this through various cultural practices and personal beliefs. They may believe they have a spirit animal, or that they possess some of the characteristics of a wolf, blending ancient myth with modern identity.
The werewolf myth, in its many forms, continues to capture our imaginations, evolving with each generation. It reminds us of the power of nature, the duality of humanity, and the enduring allure of the unknown, a timeless story that resonates deeply within us.
Section 6. The Psychology of Werewolf Stories.
Why are we so drawn to stories about werewolves? What is it about these tales that captivates our imagination and keeps us coming back for more? Perhaps it is because they tap into our primal fears, the fear of being hunted, the fear of becoming something monstrous, the fear of the unknown, the fear of the dark, the fear of losing control. These are all fears that are amplified in werewolf stories. They bring to life the shadows that lurk in the corners of our minds.
Werewolf stories also explore the duality of human nature. They delve into the struggle between our civilized selves and our more primal instincts. The werewolf is both man and beast, civilized and savage. This transformation symbolizes the battle within us all. This internal conflict is something that we can all relate to. We all have moments where we feel torn between our better judgment and our darker impulses. We all have a dark side, a primal instinct that we try to keep in check. Werewolf stories remind us of the thin line between control and chaos.
Furthermore, werewolf stories often serve as a metaphor for the dangers of unchecked power. They warn us of the consequences of letting our darker nature take over. The werewolf is often depicted as a being of immense power, but it is a power that comes at a price. This power can lead to destruction if not controlled. The werewolf is often consumed by its rage, its bloodlust, and its animalistic urges. It becomes a cautionary tale of what happens when we let our baser instincts rule us.
Section 7. Werewolves around the world. The werewolf myth is not unique to Western culture. In fact, there are stories of were-creatures in cultures all around the world.
In Native American folklore, there are tales of skinwalkers, people who can transform into any animal they choose. In Japanese folklore, there are stories of kitsune, fox spirits that can take on human form.
These stories may differ in their details, but they all share a common theme: the transformation of human into animal. This transformation is often seen as a source of both power and danger. It is a reminder that the line between human and animal is not always clear.
The universality of these myths suggests that there is something deeply ingrained in the human psyche that is fascinated by the idea of shape-shifting and the blurring of boundaries between species.
Section 8. Separating fact from fiction. While the werewolf myth is certainly entertaining, it is important to remember that there is no scientific evidence to support the existence of werewolves.
As mentioned earlier, conditions like lycanthropy, rabies and hypertrichosis may have contributed to the legend, but they do not explain the full transformation from human to wolf that is often described in mythology.
It is also worth noting that many of the eyewitness accounts of werewolves throughout history can be attributed to misidentification, hoaxes, or the power of suggestion. In the past, when people lived closer to nature and had a limited understanding of the world around them, it is easy to see how a fleeting glimpse of a wolf or a shadowy figure in the woods could be misinterpreted as a supernatural creature.
Section 9. The future of the werewolf myth. Despite the lack of scientific evidence, the werewolf myth shows no signs of fading away. In fact, it seems that our fascination with werewolves is as strong as ever. New werewolf books, movies, and TV shows are released every year, and the legend continues to be explored in new and interesting ways.
Perhaps this is because the werewolf myth speaks to something timeless and universal in the human experience. It reminds us of our connection to the natural world, our own inner duality, and the power of our imaginations.
As long as we continue to tell stories, it is likely that the werewolf myth will continue to endure, captivating and terrifying us in equal measure.
Section 10 Conclusion: the unending fascination with werewolves. From the ancient forests to the silver screen, the werewolf has captivated our imaginations for centuries. Its enduring allure lies in its embodiment of our primal fears, our fascination with the unknown, and the eternal struggle between our human and animal natures. While science may offer explanations for some aspects of the myth, the true power of the werewolf lies in its ability to tap into something deep within our collective unconscious. It is a story that we never tire of hearing, a creature that continues to fascinate and terrify us in equal measure. The werewolf is a reminder that some mysteries are best left unsolved, some stories are best left untold, and some creatures are best left to roam the shadowy realms of our imaginations.